All right, y'all, listen up, listen up, listen up. So a lot of you guys are like, yeah, man, I can eat whatever I want to as long as I'm in a deficit. Listen, majority of your goals are fat loss, right? If you're trying to prioritize fat loss, that means you got to eat more whole foods. Let me explain to you why it's better to eat whole foods than to try to fit in Pop-Tarts and all that other bullshit into your nutrition. First of all, when it comes to body composition, the most important thing is going to be making sure you're eating high protein while in a calorie deficit, all right? If you're fitting in Pop-Tarts and shit like that, it's going to be very hard to, eat high protein just because that eats up so many calories. Pizza, Pop-Tarts, Oreos eat up a lot of calories. If you eat 6 Oreos, that's already 400 calories. And you're not full, you're not satiated. When you eat more whole foods, more berries, which is only 80 calories per cup, it's gonna fill you up more because it has more fiber, right? And it's gonna digest differently. So if you prioritize body composition, which is fat loss, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're eating high protein, you're eating more whole foods. All right, the problem is a lot of people, they get to their weight goal, right? But they don't have the body composition they're looking for. Why is that? Because they ate whatever they wanted to in a calorie deficit. They ate low protein, they ate a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, they're in a calorie deficit. Yeah, they lost weight, but a lot of that weight was muscle, right? And they didn't maintain any muscle or gain any new muscle. If you are a beginner, yes, you can gain muscle while you're in a deficit if you're a beginner, right? The problem is a lot of times beginners, they just focus on cardio, number one, and just cutting back on calories, trying to starve themselves. That's how you get saggy skin. That's how you lose muscle, all right? If you want to prioritize having muscle while you're eating in a deficit, make sure you're strength training and you're eating high protein, more whole foods. So here's the thing. Most people who say, yeah, you can eat whatever you want to in a deficit, they're looking at the theoretical. They never even fucking tried themselves. They've never been in a calorie deficit. Here's the thing. When you have 2,000 calories to work with and you're trying to get lean, putting a donut in there, which is going to eat up 400 calories, is a pain in the ass, because then you're going to be hungry for the rest of the day, because that, first of all, a donut is going to spike your insulin, make your cravings go higher, because the more, sugary foods you eat, the more glucose you eat, the more fake sugars, processed sugars you eat, the more you crave. And then second of all, it's only one donut that's not going to fill you up, and now you only have 1,600 calories left. Versus if you do 2 cups of berries, 2 bowls of watermelon, that's like the same amount of calories. That's like 300 calories, and that'll fill you up way longer. Same thing for a bowl of mixed vegetables. That'll fill you up way longer. Sweet potatoes, steak, lean steak, ground beef, all that stuff will fill you up more. It'll fill up your stomach volume way more. A lot of people don't understand the concept of stomach volume. They think that if they're full, they ate a lot, and if they're not full, they didn't eat a lot. Here's the thing. Whether you're full or not is more so related to how much protein, fiber, and water you're drinking versus just your overall calories. For example, people who don't drink a lot of water, don't eat a lot of protein, you can eat a family-sized bag of chips and not be full. So you're like, oh, probably only 500 calories. In reality, it's 1,500 calories. There's no fiber, there's no protein in those chips, and it's super hyper palatable, so it's easy to eat a bunch of it without feeling full. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest issues with incorporating empty calories, junk food, bullshit foods like that. You're not gonna feel full. So you're gonna think that you didn't eat a lot. Versus when you eat steak and sweet potato. For example, I have like a lot of clients, they start on the program, they're like, man, I couldn't finish all that food. I've never eaten this much. I'm like, yes, the fuck you did. You ate like 3 times the calories. You just never ate this much volume and fiber and protein. You see what I'm saying? So like, for example, when they get a sweet potato with 1 sweet potato, about 120 calories, and then they get 6 ounces of sirloin, like what, 300 calories, and then they get, mixed vegetables. That's a lot of fiber, a lot of protein, a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamin A, all of that, right? Once they get all of that, they're super full, but it's only 600 calories versus they used to drink beer, eat fries, eat burgers. That's like 1,500 calories, and they didn't used to be full. You see what I'm saying? So it matters where your calories come from. Very, very, very basic shit. Now, anyone who denies this is like, yeah, they just never tried in their life. Like most people who deny it, they never tried a calorie deficit, or they look like shit, or they just like spit out stuff that they see on social media, and they're one of those typing warriors, right? Now, if you play football and you burn 10,000 calories a day and you're D1, you can eat whatever the fuck you want to, because even if you eat 6,000 calories, you're in a deficit. You see what I'm saying? That's different. I'm talking about the average person. The average person is not doing 2-a-days, is not lifting weights twice a day, is not focused on football. You see what I'm saying? The average person is just going to work, being sedentary, maybe going to the gym, eating like shit, all right? So if you want to be in a calorie deficit and you want to maintain your muscle mass, make sure, very, very, very important, that you're eating high protein and you're eating more whole foods. Don't just stick in Pop-Tarts and all that bullshit into your nutrition. Now, I didn't say you can't have like protein chips, protein snacks, shit like that. That shit's good too. I'm just saying trying to fit in donuts, Oreos, cookies into your deficit, it's literally just it's gonna ruin your deficit. And when you have a cheat meal every once in a while, I already made a video on this, but when you have a cheat meal every once in a while, it's just gonna make you crave it more, because instead of, here's the thing, here's what cheat meals actually do. Like, and I've noticed, I'm like, you know what, let me just have a cheat snack. If I have a cheat snack, I'm just gonna want more and more and more. It's gonna increase my cravings like crazy. Versus if I don't surround myself with Oreos. I don't eat any Oreos. I don't think about Oreos. I'm not going to crave it anymore. After a while, I'm just going to forget about it. It's like getting over X. If you're watching her stories, 24/7 after you guys break up, you're going to be thinking about her, right? But if you block her, you forget about her, you move on to, non-processed chicks, then guess what? You'll be good. You're going to forget about her. It's exactly how it is, all right? Lock in.